Let's do a quick end of day 1 2v2 tier list. This should work. Because this has Iron Giant as well. Based off of who I saw, I didn't see a lot of Stevens. If I don't see a lot of them, I won't put him too high. I saw a lot of Aryas, but I think Finn is better than Arya. Harley didn't feel as crazy as she did. She's still really good though. But Harley didn't feel as crazy as she did. I didn't see a lot of Rain Dogs either. I saw a lot of Velmas, saw a lot of Toms. I still think Wonder Woman's insane. Well, I thought she was in this tier before, but she's such an enabler, dude. She's such an enabler. I still don't think Taz is that good because I think I just counter him. Bugs is still really good. I think Soups is pretty good. I think Jake's pretty good. I think Shaggy is pretty good. I think Garnet's pretty good. Let's order this S, A+, A, and then B. I hear Batman's really, really good in, Batman's really good in ones. But I just didn't see him that much. I didn't see him that much. I feel like Batman in twos is just a little underwhelming. If I had to make a tier list, I think this might be the groupings. Iron Giant, there's a point where he just started getting beat up during the day. So let me think. I think Finn's hella solid. I think Velma's hella solid. I think Tom's hella solid. I think Bugs is hella solid. I still think Wonder Woman's really good. And then I just didn't see a lot of Harley. I didn't see a lot of these three, and I don't think Arya is in this tier. Yeah, I don't know. Batman in twos, I just didn't see a lot of them, and when I did, it wasn't too crazy. And then I saw a lot of Taz. That's the thing. I saw a lot of Taz. But I played Tom and Jerry, so it's a little harder for Taz to get going. I feel like pretty much all of these characters are really good. That's the crazy thing, and I don't know where to put Iron Giant. Makes Finn S tier. He has crazy confirms. He has crazy normals. He's really fast. He feels like somebody you always have to deal with, like no matter what. I'll put Iron Giant. I think I'll put Iron Giant in A tier. He can do really well sometimes. I think he has a lot of potential because his moves last so long as well. But he gets dumpstered when people dogpile him. Yeah, I still think Finn's really good. I don't think I had Finn up here before. So here's the deal with this tier list, right? Here's the deal with this tier list. Previous patch, projectiles were really good. So I feel like a lot of characters that flourished with them were really good. And I feel like Finn was kind of held back by that. So even with like the slight Finn nerfs, I feel like the projectile meta, even if it does exist, not being as strong as it previously was, bumps Finn up. Let's do something like this. 1, 2, 3. There's like middling, support, aggressive. Aggressive, quote unquote. And then I still think these guys are super solid. I think everybody in this game is really good. It's not often you see a bad team comp, I think. What up, Malefic? I think you're the 22. Shaggy? I mean, I think Shaggy's really good. I think this tier is really good. Like, the character strength in Multiversus is really high. To the point where I don't think, like, especially in 2v2s, none of these guys on a team, like, by themselves is a very big detriment. You know? And even then, like, even a team of, like, A+ and A's can be really good. These guys are just annoying. These guys are hella annoying. Put them on any team, the team gets infinitely scarier. That's how I think of the twos meta. How scary is a team where you just see one of these guys, right? I think this is super scary. I think this is scary. I think this is pretty scary. And I think this is look at the partner. That's what I'm basing this tier list off of. Does this change in singles? Oh, it changes drastically. Singles is way different. Singles is way different. Harley didn't get like crazy changes, but the main thing here is I didn't see a lot of Harleys, Rain Dogs, and Stevens, which Rain Dog and Harley were a little more popular. Steven was never super popular in the previous betas. So it's hard for me to justify putting them up here, mainly because of, if it's not character strength, then popularity. I think popularity of these characters amongst like strong players shows a lot, in my opinion. I think that does show a lot of character strength. While in comparison, like, these guys aren't too popular, but Arya's kind of popular. But I still think they're really strong characters. Like, I don't think there's that big of a difference between the tiers. And then I do think, like, of course, the S tier versus B tier, I think there's a very drastic difference here, you know? I don't think Arya's S tier. I think Arya's good. I don't think she's S tier. I don't feel like she enables a team on her own. I feel like Finn does what Arya wants to do, but he's a lot more like active in what he does. Best duo? I don't think I can say a best duo right now. Best Steven? Best Steven is probably Flash Tyree. Which I didn't run into him today. But for the most part, I think this is kind of it. Taz has like active hitboxes and such, but I think it's really hard. And I could be wrong. That's the point of the day one tier list. It's just my thoughts currently. Because Taz kills pretty early. If he has a teammate that helps enable him, he can work really well. But I don't see Taz being like the make or break of a team comp. Same thing with like Batman. Usually it's who's with Taz that makes the team comp in comparison. And then even these characters are pretty good. But I think it's still more leaning towards who's their partner. And then when you have these guys as partners, your team comp becomes like really good. And then when you match these guys together, or these guys together, I think you end up getting really good team comps.
Thank you!
Buffalo Bills, thank you for the prime. But at the end of the day, this is just a day one tier list, literally day one. The meta can change tomorrow. The meta can change before I wake up. No real way of telling. In the last beta, I was wrong about a few things. I was right about a few things. That's fine. This is just kind of how I feel right now. And yeah. End of the day, I think every character is viable in 2s. Maybe not every team comp, but I think every character has a place in 2s. And I think that's one of the more fun parts about 2v2s. You know? You can literally play anyone, or you can play like so many different team comps to make it work. To Batman, I think Batman can work well still. I'm just happy Tom is still really good. I was worried they'd kill him. But I think with the projectile changes, you don't want to nerf characters too hard. Which I think that's a good outlook for things. But alright, this is pretty much going to be the day one tier list. I'll let it rock. And then I'll do a final batch of ads, and then let's send a raid out. Is it ordered? Nah.